Hey, so we have three friends that are going on a hike that is 4.5 miles long. If they take a break as often as shown up here, 3/4 of a mile, how many breaks will they have to take? So first it wants us just to draw a picture to represent 4.5. So I want you to pause and go ahead and draw 4.5. Okay, so if I am drawing 4.5, so I learned my lesson last time. I need to draw smaller. So here's 1, 2, 3. I know these are not perfect, and that's okay. 4. Oh, I could use the shape tool. Why am I not using that? I don't know, guys. 4, and even though I don't have 5 whole things, I do need to represent that one in the last for that last fraction part. So I know I have this entire piece. I have 1 whole piece. I've got 2 whole pieces here. I've got 3 whole pieces here. It is not easy to draw a squiggly line with a mouse. About 4 whole pieces here and a half of a piece. So 4.5. So even though we don't have this last part here, I still need to draw 5 bars in order to show that I just have half of one. So 4.5. Okay, so to do that, how many whole rectangles did we have to draw? And what did we fill in? We'll answer this here. So then B asks us to take a break every 3/4 of a mile, 3/4 of a mile. How can I find the number of times the hikers take a break? So let's think about how long is their whole hike? What is the total? And we're wanting to cut it into pieces of 3/4. So see if you can explain to me how you would solve this problem. So pause and go ahead and type there, and then come back and check my answer when you are done. So I'm thinking of this problem that they have 4.5 miles are the total I'm going to say 4. That's going to sound better for the total hike. And they want to take a break every 3/4 of a mile. So I will take 4.5, that's the dividend, that's our first number, and divide by 3/4 to cut it into groups of 3/4. Okay, so now we're going to draw our bar model to see how many breaks they're going to take. So we need to start with what we have. So go ahead and draw how long the whole hike is, and then see if you can cut it up into groups of 3/4, and then come back and let's see how our pictures compare to each other. Okay, so I'm going to start, and I'm going to get smarter this time. Oh, look here, we can stretch this out. So I'm going to say I have 1 here. Oh, I can't do that. And let's see, 2. So here's 2 miles. And 3 might have been faster for me to draw, and they just don't look as nice. So here's 3 miles. I keep popping up underneath that. And 4 miles. And my 5th mile, even though the hike isn't 5 whole miles. So here I have all the miles, and I'm going to use a different color now. Oh, I guess I'm making those different colors apparently. I'm still learning how to use this as well. So I'm going to use this. Oh my gosh, just keep changing all the bars, different colors. I need to click off of there. There we go. So I'm going to say we have 1. Oh, maybe I should make these different colors. No, I don't know how to do that. Okay, so I have this whole bar, and this one's already green. And this whole one, there's 3, 4, and a half here. And so I have also this half of a piece. So I have 4.5. Wow, my model is not looking pretty, but it can still help me think about the problem. So I know I want to cut it into 3 groups of 3/4. So that unit fraction for 3/4 is 1/4. That denominator is 4. So I'm going to take this orange one here, and I'm going to cut every mile into fourths. So I'm just going to draw straight on down. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I just cut every mile into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So now I know that I want to stop every time I get to 3/4. So I'm going to hike 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, stop. So I had to take 1 break. I had to hike 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, stop. So I'm going to take 2 breaks. I need 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, stop. So there's 3 breaks. This is my kind of hike. Lots of stopping. Hope they're having snacks. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, stop. So there's 4 breaks. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, stop. So 5 breaks and 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, stop. So exactly, they'll stop at the end of their hike there. So I can see that they had to take 6 breaks to go on their hike. So now will you explain to me, how did you use your picture? And your picture might be different than mine, or you might have, maybe you circled your groups, or you thought of it a different way. So will you go ahead and tell me how you used your model to figure out that answer? So go ahead and do that. Okay, and then we're just going to drop this down. So here's their 4. So they did theirs a little bit different. They connected all of theirs and said, here's 1, 2, 3, 4.5. And that's okay. That's another way to show this same picture. And then they cut it into 3/4. So they cut all of their whole miles into 1, 2, 3. And then they grouped 3/4, 3/4. So then you can count. Here's 1 break, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we came up with the same answer, but Ed and I did it 2 different pictures, and your picture might look a little bit different as well. So make sure you tell me how your picture helped you. Hey, so we know there are 6 groups to do that, to go on that hike. And then you're going to tell me which problem you would have used to solve that. So if you did not use a picture, or even if you thought about it with your picture, which problem matches the picture that we were using. Hey, and then I want you to see if you can think of a different way that you would have solved going on a 4.5-mile hike and taking breaks every 3/4 of a mile. So go ahead and see if you can tell me a different way to solve that problem.